In recent news, conversations started during a stream when Sodapoppin and Nemplol began reflecting on how much streaming culture has changed over the years. Both have been on the platform for over a decade, witnessing Twitch evolve from a simple turn on the webcam and hang out environment into a highly competitive entertainment space where creators often feel pressure to constantly outdo one another. Here, Sodapoppin's response.
Everyone's cooked on Twitch right now. There's a whole lot of nothing to do. So, and
you
also,
you want to know why?
and no one's getting view count either in anything.
Well, you know why?
Why?
It's because everyone speed runs everything.
What do you mean?
You know, like the example with the tier list that I brought up in the past. Instead of like, because everyone's like, because my whole strategy on Twitch, which worked by the way, was to do the most boring content I could for as long as I could.
Okay.
With people watching.
Sure. Okay.
So I would have like one interesting thing a week, maybe, you know, and the rest of it would be boring to kind of spread it out.
Sure.
But nowadays, this is a kind of off topic, but what people do nowadays is, hey, I'm in New York, now I'm in Hawaii, now I'm in Australia, now I'm in this. And that just raises the motherfucking bar.
No, the bar is very high.
And it burns everyone out because people are, this is kind of what Ice did early on. Like his content has to keep moving the bar. But there's
they're all young, man. But you're talking about the young people.
We're talking about, even our friend group kind of travels a lot too, you know?
Okay.
But there's only so much stuff you can do.
Yeah.
You know, and Twitch, and the OG Twitch was more about actual like relationships, like Soda and Reckful's relationship, you know, building genuine stuff. That kind of why it kind of works so well. Parasocial, call it what do you want, whatever.
Sure.
But now I do think there is a lot of burnout. You know, like, you know, Jason's doing an island stream, Agents in Antarctica. You know, it's great.
That's crazy.
It's great, but the thing is, they're like, talk about numbers. They're doing all this crazy stuff. I used to get 20K viewers in the kitchen, you know, and they're doing all this crazy stuff, and it's just so. And now it's like, okay, well, you were just on an island. Well, now I don't want to watch you do a normal cooking stream. So that's why it feels like it's so burnt out, because because everything's been done like so much. You gotta slow it down.
One group of viewers pushed back against Sodapoppin's point entirely. They argued that creators like Agent or Kai are bad examples of the problem because their audiences follow them regardless of what they do. In their view, the large-scale streams aren't raising expectations for everyone. They're simply what works for those particular personalities. Some commenters went further, accusing older streamers of complaining about newer creators pushing the platform forward. A few harsher responses framed Soda and Nemplol as veterans who criticize new creators because they no longer dominate the platform the way they once did. Another side of the community understood exactly what Sodapoppin meant. Supporters argued that the comment wasn't about stopping creative content, but about protecting the long-term health of streaming culture. They pointed out that when massive events become normalized, travel streams, huge productions, elaborate IRL experiences, it can unintentionally make smaller creators feel like their normal streams aren't good enough. To them, Soda's point was that streaming originally thrived on authenticity and community interaction, not constant spectacle. Some viewers also defended both Sodapoppin and Nemplol as OG creators who helped build Twitch in its early days, saying their perspective comes from years of watching trends rise and fall. Others responded in a lighter tone, joking about Nemplol's cooking streams and referencing his well-known habit of making fries during broadcasts. The moment began during a recent stream when Alinity opened up to her audience about a major change in her personal life. While speaking to chat, she became emotional and explained that her relationship had just ended. According to her, the breakup came after a difficult conversation with her boyfriend of 2 years about her career and the type of work she does online. She told viewers that the situation had reached a point where he felt uncomfortable with what she does publicly as a creator. Alinity shares in the following.
I don't know if it's a good idea, but like... Wait, what did my agency say? Yes, all ready to go. I'm already live. And my boyfriend decided this morning that after 2 years, he has a problem with what I do. So we broke up. And I'm totally having a mental breakdown live on stream, but I'm ready for the sponsor.
One side of the discussion was extremely critical of Alinity's perspective. Some commenters questioned how someone could be in a relationship for 2 years before suddenly having an issue with her career. Others mocked the idea that her partner only realized recently what she does online, joking that he must have been watching the TV on mute the whole time if he didn't notice earlier. Another argument that appeared repeatedly in the comments focused on life priorities. Some viewers pointed out that Alinity is now in her late 30s and speculated that her partner may have been thinking about building a more traditional future, things like settling down or starting a family after 2 years together. together. From that perspective, commenters argued the conflict may have come from long-term goals, not aligning rather than the issue appearing out of nowhere. It looks like the ongoing conversation around Mizkif and Emiru is once again picking up attention online after a clip began circulating from a stream involving former Kick staff and streamers discussing the situation. The clip was originally shared on social media with claims that some former Kick figures were strongly defending Mizkif while criticizing Emiru over past allegations and drama that has surrounded the streamer community for years. According to the post, one of the main points brought up in the discussion was the idea that people in the content scene often choose sides based on who is more beneficial for collaborations or brand partnerships, sharing in the following clip.
Failing.
No, okay, but why? Why though? Why?
Because he got paid. There's an Austin streamer group. They all blackballed him, and they all went there.
I think Canoe owns it.
Well, I think that's unfair because he got falsely accused of
It doesn't matter. He's blackballed. Falsely, whatever. He's blackballed.
Well, then those people are scumbags.
You gotta understand, Emiru, they'd rather leech off Emiru than Mizkif.
Well, that's cringe as bro. But
Let's put it this way. Me and Blink were at Anime Con. He went up to Emiru. The bodyguard said, get the f*** out of here.
Falsely, yes. Falsely. I saw the clip. I saw the clip. Emiru said in her experience, it wasn't actually sexual assault, but she felt that it was. What the f*** is that?
Manipulative as
What the f*** is that? That's
I've
what?
met girls like her, I know it is.
That, bro. That's scummy as f***. Listen.
Yeah, for real. But that gym is great.
She said it wasn't sexual assault, but she felt that it was.
Green hair, buddy.
Huh?
Green hair. Challenge them to the game. Say, join our game. Yeah, challenge them to the Killer Queen, dude.
I don't know, bro. That's weird to me. But,
Challenge them.
Some viewers sided with Mizkif, arguing that people in the Austin streaming scene benefited from his platform and collaborations. One user said that Emiru and others from the Austin creator circle should give Mizkif credit for the success they built together, suggesting that a lot of opportunities came from those early connections. Others pushed back on that idea, saying the situation isn't that simple. One commenter argued that people collaborate with Emiru because she is brand friendly and consistently creates content that involves other creators, making her easier for companies and streamers to work with. There were also critics who strongly disagreed with the people in the clip. One user questioned why former Kick staff or people close to Mizkif would repeat claims about court documents or allegations, suggesting that bringing the topic up publicly again could backfire legally if the situation ever ended up being revisited in court. Case finds out Jinxy spent $5,000 on opening CSGO cases and responds in the best way possible.
Jinxy spent $5,000 in CSGO and is down bad. Help him. I cannot help him with that. What you want me to do? What you want me to do with that? You get into the opening up them CSGO cases though, Bubba. Look here. You gonna lose a whole bunch of bread. You gonna spend about $50K, and then he gonna pull a knife finally. It's gonna be worth like $300.
Rest in peace!